Can a unicorn with a crooked horn become the bravest of all? By the end of this story, you'll discover a moral you'll never forget. At the very top of the Crystal Mountains lived Nimbo, a tiny unicorn with a crooked horn that shimmered in strange colors every time he dreamed. Unlike the other unicorns, his horn was neither straight nor shiny, and that made many mock him or simply ignore him. Crooked unicorn, you can't do perfect magic, the elders would say as he lowered his gaze and kept quiet in his glowing corner. Only one creature was always by his side, Plum, a blue-feathered hummingbird who believed Nimbo had the most special heart in the valley. One day, the sky turned red and a roar split the mountain. The dark smoke dragon awoke after 1,000 years of deep sleep. The magical creatures ran in fear, but the dragon descended quickly, leaving behind a trail of black clouds that stole the forest's light. The Crystal Council called for help, but no unicorn dared face it, except for Nimbo, who felt something ignite inside his chest. "You can't do anything. Your horn is crooked," growled the council leader. But Nimbo no longer listened to fear, only the voice of his courage. Accompanied by Plum, he flew toward the peak of the dark mount, where the dragon roared so loud the rocks floated in the air. Nimbo approached without fear. His horn began to glow with a rainbow light that pulsed like a heartbeat. It was living magic. The dragon looked at him and let out a roar that set the sky ablaze. But Nimbo did not retreat. He knew his horn had a purpose, even if no one understood it. With a tilt of his head, he pointed his horn to the sky, and a swirl of twisted, beautiful lights burst from it, wrapping around the dragon. Instead of harming him, Nimbo's distorted magic showed the dragon his own memories, his sadness, and centuries of loneliness. The dragon fell to the ground, not wounded, but crying. "No one ever saw me, until now," he said with a trembling voice. Plum flew around the dragon, leaving behind a trail of sparkling blue feathers that lit up every dark corner of his heart. Nimbo didn't defeat him with power, but with understanding. His crooked horn wasn't imperfect. It was different because his magic was unique. The skies cleared, and the forest sang again. The magical creatures emerged, surprised to see the dragon sleeping peacefully. The council didn't know what to say. They had failed to look beyond the obvious, while Nimbo used his difference as a gift. From that day on, the crooked horn became a symbol of deep magic, of true emotions, of what can't be explained by rules. Nimbo never asked for recognition. He only wanted no one else to feel excluded for being different, and he achieved it with his quiet action. The dragon became the guardian of the forest, and for the first time in centuries, he was seen laughing as he flew with Plum through the trees. Nimbo returned to his glowing corner, but he no longer hid. Now others came close to hear his dreams and share their own. Some unicorns even tried to bend their own horns, though of course it didn't work because that only happens when the heart is different. Plum kept fluttering nearby, his feathers leaving traces of hope in every corner they passed together. Sometimes, the smallest ones hide the greatest light. You just need to stop looking with your eyes and start seeing with your soul. The Crystal Mountains were never the same again. Now they gleamed with multicolored sparkles thanks to Nimbo and his imperfect magic. They say that if one day you see a crooked light in the sky, it's because Nimbo is using his horn to guide someone lost in their difference. And if you hear a blue hum, it's surely Plum searching for another brave dreamer who hasn't yet discovered how special they are. Because being different is not a mistake. It's a different way to shine in a world that still doesn't fully know how to see. Moral: true magic isn't in being like everyone else, but in accepting what makes us unique and using it with courage and love. see you very soon with more magical tales that will make your imagination soar and touch your heart in every adventure.